Hi, my name is Lo Chun Kang. Today, I and my teammates want to present about Chapter 7, which is Motivation, Satisfaction, and Performance. What is motivation? Motivation is a goal-oriented characteristic that helps a person achieve his objectives. It provides direction, strength, and persistence for behavior. It prompts individuals to strive to achieve their goals. An executive must have the right leadership traits to influence motivation. Next, satisfaction. In the job satisfaction, it defined as the degree of employee satisfaction with work. It also can be defined as a positive emotional response you experience when doing your jobs or when you are present at work. As a leader, may motivate employees to perform at a high level while maintaining an equally high level of employee engagement and job satisfactions. Another is performance. Performance can be understood as an achievement of organization in relation with the setting goals. It includes outcome achieved or accomplished through contribution of individuals or team to the organization's strategic goals. Generally, as a leader, will based on performance of employees to judge the satisfaction and effectiveness of an employee. An adequate level of motivation are necessary have to provide by leader to improve the performance and effectiveness. Now, we talk about the relationships among leaderships, job satisfactions, and performance. First, may start with leader behavior. Leaders can motivate the employees by using motivational techniques. He or she may lead the follower performance. If the employees show the high quality of performance, company can meet the customer satisfactions and increase the loyalty. Hence, it will show that the effectiveness of the team. At the same time, if the team effectiveness is good, it will lead the follower motivation, satisfactions, and engagement. High team effectiveness may lead to high follower motivation, satisfactions, and engagement, so that employees can accept their jobs as part of their life. From this situation, it will lead to result in two outcomes, which is follower retaliations and follower turnover. Follower turnover may relate with the low team effectiveness and it influences the follower motivations, satisfactions, and engagement. Hence, may occur follower turnover. If they occur the high motivations, satisfactions, and engagements, it will lead to organizational citizenship behavior. The main point is from the leader behavior. All of these have the relationship between each other.
Hi, good morning to Sir Ashraf. My name is Lui Chi and I am from 21C. Today I will present my subtopic, which is understanding and influencing follower motivation. In this chapter, I have learned that the leader has many motivational theories and approach they can use in motivate their followers. And the biggest problem is the leader couldn't identify their motivational problems. Because as we know, different behaviors of followers need to use different way to motivate them. So for example, I have worked in a company back in the days, and my position is as warehouse admin. So I can identify the labors are not effective in working in this production line, and mostly the workers is from Bangladesh and Pakistan, and the manager need to take his important roles on how to identify and how to enhance their motivation. So I proposed this idea after I do an analysis on them. The biggest problem is there are not enough money to accommodate their financial life. So I propose this solution, which is increase their salary wages from 5 ringgit to 7 ringgit. And the manager proposed this solution to the top level management, and at the end the top level management has increased their wages from 5 ringgit to 7 ringgit per hour. So the direct laborers are working with efficient and they are cooperate one another to complete their work. So the Maslow hierarchy needs theory is used by a leader to satisfy and change their followers' behaviors. There are 5 types of needs, which is physiological needs, safety needs, belongingness needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. Based on Maslow, the lower part of needs must be satisfied first before move on to upper part. The first one is physiological needs, which is the common needs needed by the followers, such as breathe, drink, eat, and sleep. Therefore, the company must develop an appropriate break time schedule for their employees. Second is security needs, which is the company must prepare a safety working environment for their employees. Third one is belongingness needs, which is the followers start to seek love and belonging in a particular group. So the company must encourage their employees work in a group to complete a task or their daily routines. The fourth one is esteem needs, which is the followers start to build their self-confidence and respect from their peers. So the company must delegate an authority to the trusted followers to manage the group and the people working under these followers. So the last one, which is the highest level of this theory, that is self-actualization needs. That means the followers start to relax and be creative to solve the problems and manage the group of members in an creative way and efficient way. So the followers start to give back what they learn to the subordinates and motivate them to change their behaviors and accomplish the mission and the company goals together. That's all from me. Thank you.
Very good morning. I bid to all the lecturers and all my fellow friends. Today, I'm going to present regarding the skill of leadership part 2, The Godfather, 1974. My name is Tiffany Tijang Sim, matrix number 1712-22050. For my part, I will be introducing the skill of leadership, which are focusing on the second movie, which are released on the year of 1974. So what is the skills of leadership? I have 4 skills of leadership here, which is the first one is delegation. So what is delegation? Delegation is to share the burden and responsibility to those who are lower positions, such as the employee. It is to trust the workers and burdens of the company to others to take over. So how we can relate this to the movie? For example, in the movie, Michael Corleone, as the Don Corleone, trusted the employee and all the mafia members to execute all the works that Michael has instructed them to do. This is also was passed by the father, who is Vito Corleone, which he also trusted his life with all the members until he passed away by delegating all the works to his employee, even if with the biggest work responsibility. For the second one of skills of leadership is democracy. What is democracy? A participative leadership or shared leadership. It is a member of a group take a more participative role in the decision-making process. In the movie, the senator Pat Geary are not comfortable with the presence of other members, but Don still insists them to stay. This is because Don Corleone has been trusting them for the whole of his life. Therefore, he insisted him or all the others such as Tom Hagen, Clemenza, or even others members to stay, even if the senator are comfortable with it. For the third one will be timely communication. So what is timely communication? It includes both reaching out to the clients and provides timely response for them. For example, Michael Corleone do not act harshly, although being insulted by the senator Pat Geary regarding game and hotel license. In the first place, Pat Geary offered $250,000 for the license, which originally it is about for $20,000 only. However, Don Corleone do not act about it, but rather to stay calm regarding it. So the last one is patience. What is patience? Patience is the ability to lead without having any uncontrollable feeling and temper on certain issue. So in this situation, when Michael Corleone realizes that his brother, Fredo Corleone, is a traitor all this while, but he did not act harshly, but he waited for the right time to fool the enemies. In the world of business, we have to be patient in order for us to plan to execute a better plan that we planned in the past, so that we are able to fool the enemies and able to take advantage of their careless mistakes or of their ignorance. That's all from me. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello, I'm Louis Leung Hui-Chi. So today I'm going to present my part, which is goal setting. How do clear performance targets affect the motivation of the employees? As we know that many employers want the motivated and high productivity employees. So for my view, I think that by setting a goal, it will improve the employees' performance. So I think that goal setting is actually a powerful motivator for those employees. And how do goals actually motivate them? So I can say that goal is it's giving the direction for the employees. So we must set the goal very carefully, as if we give the goal set the goal that are not aligned to the company goals, it will turns out to become a big problem, as it actually directs the employees to energize to a certain end. So for next, I feel that goal is actually energize people to tell them not to stop when they haven't reached the goal. Yeah. So for third point, I feel that goal is a very providing the challenge, because when the people have a goal and when they reach the goal, they will actually have a sense of accomplishment. So from my view, as a leader, they must set a SMART goal. SMART is 5 letters, which stand for specific. M is for measurable, A achievable, R is realistic, and T timeable. And for this SMART goals is actually urge the employees to think outside the box and rethink what they are working. Like example, the Japanese bullet train, they are built by the designer and also engineer. So they built the bullet train by just engineer by making the minor improvement, but they think out of the box how to actually make the train exceed the normal speed of the normal train. So they design and ask the engineer to do the bullet shape to actually exceed the normal speed. So this is a kind of think out of the box. This goal is really helping the employees and also to reach their goal. And I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gobi Hui from EE21C, and now I'm going to present my part, which is the operant approach. There are a few methods to change the direction, intensity, or persistence of behavior, which is using the approach of rewards or punishment. Rewards are the consequence that increase the likelihood that a particular behavior will be repeated. For example, for the good things that done by the workers, the leader will encourage them by using reward method. While punishment is the administration of an aversive stimulus or the withdrawal of something desirable to decrease the likelihood of repeating a particular behavior. Means that when workers having working behavior problem or did something wrong, the leader will use the punish method to warn the worker not to repeat that. There are two types of rewards and punishment which are differentiated by contingent or non-contingent. Contingent rewards is a motivation-based approach that is used to reward those that meet their identified target or goals, like company giving out bonus to the workers that work hard, while contingent punishment, which representing a leader administer negative feedback in the form of reprimands, criticism, or disapproval to employee who exhibit poor performance or undesirable behavior. For example, giving out warning letter to the workers. For non-contingent rewards, is the delivering rewards independent of the occurrence of any specific behavior. The follower will get positive reinforcement in these non-contingent rewards. For example, the worker sits in front of the meeting room with the boss beside. Lastly, the non-contingent punishment is the punitive events independence of the performance level of his or her subordinates. At the end, there are 6 steps, which is shown above here, to improve the followers' motivation and performance by using operant principle, which including first, clearly specify what behaviors are important. Second, determine if those behaviors are currently being punished, rewards, or ignored. Third, find out what followers finding rewarding and punishing. Fourth, be wary of creating perception of inequity when administering individually tailored rewards. And then, one should not be limited to administering organizationally section rewards and punishment. And lastly, which is the administer rewards and punishment in a contingent manner whenever is possible. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ng Wei Jian. Now I would like to present about empowerment. Empowerment is the final approach to motivation that will be discussed in this chapter. Empowerment is all about delegation and accountability. It is a top-down process in which senior leaders articulate a vision to a specific goal and hold followers' responsibilities for achieving them. Leaders who wish to empower the employees should delegate leadership and decision-making power down to the lowest level possible. But before anything happens, the leader should equip the followers with the resources, skills, and knowledge necessary to make a good decision on their will. The psychological component of the empowerment can be divided into two, which is the macro and micro level. The macro level psychology component is motivation, learning, and stress. In a company, when an employee is empowered with decision-making power, their motivation will be increased. In turn, the productivity and the job satisfaction will be increased too. Next, the employee can learn more about his or her jobs and companies and the industry. This knowledge and skills increase the intellectual capital of the companies and can be a competitive advantage to the market. Lastly, by putting employees in a higher work demand situation, they will gain control over their lives and better cope with the stress. Although empowerment normally may lead to high work demand to the employee. For the micro component is self-determination, meaning, competence, and influence. Empowered employee will have a sense of determination that they can make their own choice about what they do, how they do, and when they can do. Meanwhile, they will have a sense of meaning that what they do is important to themselves and the company's success. Competence also make the employees to know what they do and have a confidence that they can make it done. Lastly, they can be influential to their teams, and all of them with the leader too will be listen to their ideas. By reconstructing the work procedure and process with increase of employees' latitude to make decision will add more meaning to their jobs. There will be a positive change in followers' motivation level by doing so. Although it is likely to encounter resistance when they change the process and procedure and the rewards for the works, but the leaders must work through the initial resistance to the new process and procedure by showing support, providing trainings, and contribution of rewards to the employees that follows the new procedure and the process. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Choman Lee, and I'm going to present the part of understanding and influencing follower satisfaction. And this topic itself is actually consists of four main parts, and I will explain accordingly. So for the first part is actually the aspect of follower performance. So team leader have to understand what is the aspect that will influence their follower satisfaction and performance, so they can have the right action accordingly. And for the first one is actually understand the team and organization goal, because it is very important for team leader, because it actually indicates the type, intensity, and the duration of follower behavior needed to actually improve or achieving their performance. And the second one is actually spending time engaging in different behavior and work. And it actually, from this action itself, it actually can motivate followers to spend more time on their work-related activities. So for the third point is actually followers' knowledge and experience. So from this itself, we actually have to understand what is the level of competency of our employee or our members. So actually we can do a right action to ensure to build up our employee competency, so they actually can perform in their tasks. And the last part, actually understand the context or situation, because from this itself, leaders only will know which kind of behavior they need to be exhibited. So for the second aspect, which is the performance management cycle, and is an accountability system for team leader to ensure their member having progress on achieving their goals. Yeah, so it actually consists of four main parts, which is plan, act, track, and review. So in planning phase, which actually team leader have to set smart goals with their employee to ensure that, and also to ensure that this smart goal is actually aligned with the company goals itself. So in the acting phase, which is the implementation phase, so when the team members are implementing what they have set in the planning phase, is actually directly improving their performance. And the third part is actually track, which is very important, that team leader have to track on their employee consistently to see what is the progress, and for them itself they have to provide feedback and also also look through what is the support the employee needed so they can improve their performance. And coaching will be a suggested method to be used in tracking phrase. And the last one is actually review. Review basically is to review the entire effectiveness to see what actually we could do better in next time. So for the third aspect, actually leaders need to define team goals in certain situation, and effectiveness measure all suffer from some degree of criterion contamination. So criterion contamination actually it will occur when effectiveness measure are affected by factors unrelated to follower performance. So we actually not only look to the things that will directly affect follower performance, we also need to look to the external factors or some indirectly elements. And the last part, which is leaders need to ensure followers understand how their performance contribute to the team or organization goal accomplishment. So basically for this part is actually if the team members that are all the employees that know what is their role itself in the organization, they will feel the sense of accomplishment and the ownership toward this company when they're actually achieving their goals. And most team organization will be published team or balance scoreboard for record their progress toward achieving their goal. This is actually a very good case practice, and from that itself, the team leader can know what is the progress of each member, and they can do immediate action when the members having low progress toward achieving their goals. I think that's it for my part, and thank you.